Hey everyone, it's your boy Main VR here to there's a couple things that first of all I want to talk about one game that has caught my notice actually today. It wasn't going to be a part of my video at first until I saw the video just before I started recording this, so I have to talk about this. It's Onward. It's a first person. It's like a realistic military sims first person VR multiplayer game. And it's a mouthful. I'm going to put the link in the bottom of this video. I think it's Onward, but I'll have the link. You can go and check out the video for it. You have to. This is amazing. It's what I've been looking forward to. I have an Oculus, so I know. I'm just glad that I probably won't get this game because I'm not into realistic military sims, but the locomotion, the fact that he was able to move in VR, I think was amazing, and I can't wait to give it a try in another game because now it makes me very excited that maybe we'll start to get some really good first-person shooters or first-person games. Period, where it can be a full fleshed out game. And I think this locomotion shows that maybe even current games can just add this into it, and maybe we can start playing everything. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait for this game to come out, and I want developers to take notice, so I'm going to promote the hell out of it too, even though I might even just purchase it just to own it, just to help promote it and stuff like that. All right. So once again, that game's called Onward. I'm going to put a link down. You should definitely check it out. It's amazing. All right. Now, what I really wanted to talk about is what I see as the future of VR. Okay. Now, this standalone, built all-in-one VR headset, this is not what I see as the future of VR. Not that I'm sorry or anything like that, like, you know what I mean, because obviously I have one. I think it's amazing. I just don't think in that form factor that it's going to be able to upgrade fast enough. And that's what VR is going to need. It's going to need to change with the times, you know what I mean? Because right now, I'm pretty sure they're not planning a new one until maybe like 2 years from now. But in 2 years from now, there's going to be um, cell phones with better resolution than we have in this whole thing altogether. You know what I mean? We'll probably have cell phones that can do an 8K screen at 120 hertz in no time. So those type of things that I think, as you see, my male hair is losing his mind. But those type of things is what I think is going to be the future of VR. You know what I mean? It's going to be an 8K screen split in two, where it's 4K, 4K per eye type of thing. And I'm excited about that. I can't wait for that. I think, and all running at 120 hertz. But I don't think we're going to get that in this form factor right now. So what do you say? What do you think? I saying now? What do I think is going to be the thing? And pretty much what I would do. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're not thinking this, but if they're not thinking this, I don't know why they should be, because this is the most simplest way of doing this. It's just even like I'm thinking about Scorpio, and if I was Microsoft, how would I do Scorpio's HMD? And pretty much this is what I would do. I'll take not this design of making an HMD, I'll take the design of the gear. And you know what I mean? And everybody, so we're talking like the gear, Daydream, all that, all those headsets that are coming out. I think that is the future. You know what I mean? And then what we will be able to do is what we could consider tethered and non-tethered experience, right? So you'll have the simple games that would be your non-tethered experience. So you're on your Gear VR or whatever VR thing. Microsoft, if you're anyone of you guys ever come across this, I would say like a Surface, you know what I mean, gear. Team up with Oculus, do Surface gear or something like that for your next phones, and then have like a see the tethered part. You know, the non-tethered would be the simple games. You know what I mean? The basic stuff. Now the tethered part would be like the really serious game. That's the one when you'll plug it into a more beefier system, and the beefier system handles most of the heavier lifting for you. You know what I mean? So what I'm pretty much saying with that is, and not say put it in through an HDMI either. I mean like put it through like a USB 3.1. You know, so it's 3.1 to USB-C in on your new cell phone, so it's getting that high-powered information sending right to it, and then you use the cell phone's even processor, or even if it's not a cell phone, just making a screen, you build one with processors and stuff in it. It handles like the anti-alias and all the little post-processing stuff, and that way the you know what I mean your CPU or your Scorpio or whatever does most of the heavy lifting with the rendering, and then you guys can just do the finishing touches on the cell phone or a built-in screen, because then you can open up the screen market. You just have the headset, you can open up the screen market. You could just say like Samsung can make screens where, you know what I mean, they'll add their own little technology and anti-alias technology and all that stuff that they're going to have in their screens and stuff like that, that it just automatically does that once the information gets up to the screen to come out. You know, Vizio can make a screen, and then you can even have like cheaper screens out there, and so the HMD itself might be just like gear, costs $99, and then people can find screens out there from, some might be from anywhere from $99, some might be all the way up to like $400 or $500, depending on the quality of the screen. You know what I mean? If you have like some of them might actually be two screens split apart just to give you that extra, but some might just be that one, you know, like a cell phone built. You know what I mean? And just depending on which one you get, some might be curved and they'll fit in a certain way, so you get more, you know, more what's the word I mean? Field of view, you know what I mean? Or also some of them use different chipsets, you know, NVIDIA. Some of them might partner up with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA's rendering technology might come into play with that. It's just so much things that I think that this is pretty much, now that I've had it for a while, I think this is it's holding itself back, because there's already cell phones with higher resolutions than is in that right now, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad at my purchase at all. I love it. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking when they make their next announcement for their next headset, it won't be like this. It will be like the Gear, because I think that's the future of it. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to. They're pretty much just want to promote and get themselves onto the software side of things. So if they can do that and then just modularize the unit, you know what I mean? You know, license out the tracking thing. So you know you're putting in all the constellations and everything is all set up, so you're tracking when you're on the tethered version of it. It's all up there, you know, and you have it talks to the touch controllers directly, so you have no latency between controller and everything like that. And just stuff like that. I think if they did that, they could probably do that and have something amazing come out next year, rolling out. You know what I mean? Microsoft that could be there paired up with Microsoft, and Microsoft could do that with their cell phones. And then after it starts off with cell phones, then it can move into just standalone screens that could be bought solely for the tethered version. You know what I mean? You need a cell phone for the non-tethered version, you know what I mean? But the you know what I mean, the tethered version, if you wanted that, and it'll be cheaper, you know what I mean? So hey, that would be my idea, and that's what I see for the future of VR. I think especially after seeing what it is, open VR, open source VR's thing came out, and they're pretty much modular. I think that unlike the full form factor that they have, you have to be screwing in and stuff like that. I think if they would have just had it where it just came out where they were just you were just clipping in a cell phone and it had the the USB-C just like the new Gear VR is, and I think that is actually the way to go. I'm surprised that Oculus hasn't done that, like just release like things that you can, face plates for the Gear VR that would then make it compatible with the home stuff that you can then, you know, plug in and get a good, a tethered version of it, and then just start selling the sensors out to the public. That's what I would do, and I think that would really boost their install base actually for their games dramatically. It would almost overnight. Anyway, that's the end of this. I will get back with you guys. Let me know what you think at the bottom of this. If you disagree, tell me where you disagree, and tell me what you see as the future for VR, and where everything is all going. All right, thanks.